The most expensive mistake you can make in homeownership is not buying too small of a house or overpaying on your mortgage. It is putting a $10,000 heating and cooling system in your home that was never going to last. I have spent years looking at the data on which brands hold up and which ones do not. And what I found is that 5 brands keep showing up in the wrong column. Not because of one bad unit or one unlucky homeowner, but because of consistent, repeatable, documented patterns. Replacing or installing a heating and cooling system is one of the most expensive decisions a homeowner makes. We are talking anywhere from $4,000 to $15,000, sometimes more, depending on the size of your home and the system you choose. And yet most people spend more time picking out a refrigerator than they do researching their heating and cooling equipment. The 5 brands I am covering today are not all bad companies. Some of them make decent equipment, but there are specific, documented reasons why each of them has earned a reputation for frustrating homeowners. And those reasons matter before you sign a contract. Let us get into it. Brand 1, Goodman. Let us start with Goodman because this is the brand that shows up in the most budget-conscious quotes and the most disappointed living rooms. Goodman equipment is cheap, and not cheap in a good way. The price point attracts homeowners who are trying to keep installation costs down, and on paper, the warranties look impressive. Some of their units carry a lifetime compressor warranty. Here is what that warranty does not tell you. It is conditional. You have to register the equipment within a specific window after installation. The original homeowner has to remain in the home for it to stay valid, and the labor to actually fix the unit is never covered. So, when your Goodman compressor fails 5 years in, and based on reliability data, there is a meaningful chance it will, you are paying full labor costs out of pocket, which can easily run $1,000 to $2,000 or more depending on your area. The other issue with Goodman is the quality of internal components. Contractors who service multiple brands consistently report that Goodman units require more callbacks and more part replacements in the first 3 to 5 years of operation than comparably priced competitors. If saving money upfront means spending more money on service calls over the life of the system, you have not actually saved anything. Brand 2, Ameristar. Ameristar is a brand you may not recognize, and that is actually part of the problem. This brand is what the industry calls a private label or store brand unit. It is manufactured by a larger parent company and sold under a different name, often through big box retailers or certain regional contractors who want a lower cost option to offer clients. The issue is not necessarily the hardware itself. It is the support ecosystem around it. When you buy an Ameristar unit and something goes wrong, finding a technician who stocks the right parts, who is familiar with that specific product line, or who has the diagnostic software to troubleshoot the system can be genuinely difficult. Heating and cooling repairs depend on fast access to parts. If a part has to be ordered from a distributor who only carries it occasionally, your family could be without heat or cooling for days or even weeks. Brand support matters enormously in this industry, and Ameristar simply does not have the infrastructure that established brands maintain. Brand 3, Comfort Maker. Comfort Maker is a brand that gets marketed as a mid-tier value option, better than the cheapest brands, not as expensive as the premium ones. On the surface, that sounds like a smart choice. But Comfort Maker has a specific and well-documented weakness: their coil failures. The evaporator coil is the part of your indoor unit responsible for absorbing heat from the air in your home. It is one of the most critical components in the entire system. And Comfort Maker units have shown a pattern of evaporator coil failures, particularly in humid climates, within the first 7 to 10 years of use. Replacing an evaporator coil is not a minor repair. Depending on the unit and your location, you could be looking at anywhere from $1,500 to $3,000 for that single repair, sometimes more. When you factor in the cost of that likely repair into your total ownership cost, the mid-tier pricing advantage disappears entirely. There is also a secondary issue. Comfort Maker's efficiency ratings tend to underperform relative to what is printed on the label once the unit has been running for a few years and the coil begins to degrade. Your energy bills will quietly start climbing before you even realize something is wrong. Brand 4. Nordyne brands, including Frigidaire, Westinghouse, and Gibson Heating and Cooling. I am grouping these together because they all share the same parent manufacturer, Nordyne. And while those are recognizable consumer names from the appliance world, their heating and cooling products tell a very different story. Nordyne has gone through significant corporate restructuring over the past decade. The company was acquired, reorganized, and rebranded as Nortech Global. During that process, quality control and parts availability took a real hit, and homeowners and technicians noticed. The specific issue with Nordyne manufactured heating and cooling equipment is the control boards. The electronic control boards that manage system operations are a known weak point, and replacements are both expensive and sometimes hard to source through standard channels. Here is why that matters. When your control board fails, your entire system goes down. It is not a gradual decline, it is a complete stop. And if the part is back-ordered or discontinued, you are in a very difficult position. There is also a reliability gap between how these brands perform when new versus after the 3-year mark. Early on, they seem fine. But the longer-term ownership data is not kind to Nordyne units, and contractor reviews consistently rank them below major competitors in durability and serviceability. Brand 5, Carrier. And this is the surprising one. Yes, Carrier, one of the most recognized names in the heating and cooling industry, the brand that invented modern air conditioning, and one that consistently disappoints homeowners who buy it expecting premium performance. Here is the truth. Carrier makes excellent commercial equipment. Their industrial and commercial systems are genuinely well regarded. But their residential product line, particularly the mid-range models that most homeowners actually end up buying, has developed some real problems. The most common complaint from homeowners and technicians alike is the Carrier Greenspeed and similar variable speed product lines. These are the units marketed as high efficiency, smart home compatible, top-of-the-line systems, and they are expensive, often 2 to 3 times the cost of a standard unit. But variable speed technology is complex, and complexity means more things that can go wrong. Carrier's residential variable speed units have accumulated a notable service history around their communicating thermostats, their inverter boards, and their refrigerant metering components. The bigger issue is the contractor network. Because Carrier is a dominant brand, many dealers are volume-based. They install Carrier systems rapidly, often with less attention to proper sizing and commissioning than the equipment requires to perform at rated efficiency. A poorly commissioned variable speed system will underperform a properly installed budget unit every time. Carrier also aggressively licenses its brand to regional manufacturers and distributors, which means the quality and support you get varies significantly depending on where you live and who your dealer is. Paying premium pricing for a brand name does not guarantee premium results. So, what should you actually look for? First, prioritize the installer over the brand. I cannot stress this enough. A mediocre system installed correctly by an experienced, well-reviewed contractor will outperform a premium system installed by someone who rushed through the job. Check reviews specifically for installation quality and follow-up service, not just sales experience. Second, look at reliability data from independent sources. Organizations like the Air Conditioning Contractors of America and independent consumer research groups track long-term performance data by brand and model. Use that data, not advertising copy. Third, ask your contractor directly. What brand do you personally use in your own home? A contractor who installs brand A for clients but chooses brand B for themselves is telling you something important. Fourth, pay attention to efficiency ratings in the context of your climate. A system with a very high efficiency rating in a mild climate test condition may not deliver those same results in extreme heat or cold. Match the equipment to where you actually live. Fifth, read the warranty carefully before you agree to anything. Not the headline, the actual terms. Understand what is covered, what is excluded, what requires registration, and what voids the warranty. You came into this video trusting a brand name. I hope you leave it trusting a process instead, because the right process, the right questions, and the right contractor will protect you far more than any logo on the side of a unit. Drop your questions in the comments. If you are in the middle of getting quotes right now and something does not feel right, tell me what you are seeing. I read every comment and I will point you in the right direction. And if you found this useful, the like button is the best way to tell me to keep making content like this.